Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, November the 8th, and this is chat number 198, and it is titled Talk to Yourself Like a Friend. So it's already been a humdinger of a day. I set the alarm off here at Casey Kitchen Center right before we started, so I'm hoping that Facebook cooperates, I'm hoping that the internet cooperates, I'm hoping that the video actually records this time because last week's video was a bust. But anyway, so it's already been exciting here. Yeah, I set off the alarm. Luckily I remembered the password or the code or the it's all clear code, so they did not send anyone. But anyway, yeah, so we're having lots of fun already. And hello Irma, so great. So that is good. So comments are working. Thank you to everyone that was here last week and suffered through that. Hello, Lynn. We were having high wind. I know a lot of other areas of the country were having bad weather, so a lot of you all were in and out anyway, and you may not have even noticed. And hello, Carol and Carol, I'm so sorry. When I did your Happy Meal a couple of days ago, I did not see the card until after I had already finished the video. So I am so sorry. I thank you very much for the recipe book and for the very sweet card. So thank you for that. And hello, Joyce. Hello, Kathy. But last week anyway, hello, Kim. A lot of you all were having bad weather too. We had some high wind. It kept messing up with the, messing up the internet apparently. And yeah, so it was a hot mess last week. And hello, Barbara. It's good to see you again. So yeah, so sorry. Casey does not have last week's video posted. Hello, Myrna. Second time I've seen you today. Hello, Evie. But she does not have last week's video posted because she is trying to salvage as much of it as she can, and it's just not really going real well. But anyway, hello, Linda from Rock Island, Illinois. Hello, Elaine. For new girls and guys, if there's any new guys, hello, Mindy. Second time I've seen you today. For any new guys or gals, we love to say hi and hello. So if you would like to say hi, hello, Rosie, and hello, Janice. As you can see that we are doing, go ahead and let us know that you're new when you say hello so that we can all welcome you because we like to say hi to each other. And hello, Mary Ann. And I promise every week is not like last week. Hello, Catherine from Milwaukee. And hello, Sandy from Northeastern Kansas. I think it's the second time I've seen you today too. And hello, Terry from Connecticut. And Terry, we're going to be talking about you here again in just a second. And Barbara said, what, last week it was sunny and 70? Well, this week it's beautiful here in Knoxville, so we shouldn't have any trouble. And hello, Barbara from the Crossroads. But again, if you're new, please let us know because we'd like to welcome you. Hello, Sherry from Connecticut. If you were watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg, and if you don't want to say hi and hello, just go ahead and grab that scroll and go on over to about 10 minutes because that's when it dies down. And hello, Lisa. And if you are not watching this yet on YouTube, hello, Tina from Warm, Michigan. So yeah, it's warm here today too. Well, it was until I opened the window because again, I set the fire alarm off today at work. So yeah, so such fun, but I got it turned off before the hot fireman showed up. Anyway, so yeah, so if you're not watching this on YouTube, why not? You should be. We have over, let me think. So this is chat number 198, but we have like 230 something videos, I think. Hello, Marlene from Largo, Florida. So for everybody, oh wait, Betty had to change her name to Liz. Oh. So hey, Betty. So how do you get Liz? How do you get Betty out of Liz or Liz out of Betty? Anyway, so hello, Betty. And let's see, hello Chris, hello Trish, second time I've seen you today, but anyway, hello Roberta. But so if you want to watch later on YouTube, we do have more than, it's well over 200 videos. So this is chat number 192, but we have well over 200 videos. I had counted a couple of weeks ago, it's like 230 something. So if you want to go back and watch some of the recipes, all of the chats should be on YouTube. A lot of the chats are also on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com if you need to go back and read. Jessica's working really hard on going back and getting all of those posted. So I know a lot of you all like to listen, you like to watch, and then you like to listen, but you also like to read. So that all has to do with the way that we learn. And I'm sure that there are, thank you, Barbara, I'm sure that there are some teachers out there that can tell us what those different forms of learning are, but we're trying to hit all of you. Especially since you all are tired of teaching your kids right now, we're going to teach you some things tonight. And aloha, Kathy. Real quick, for those of you who have been asking and sending postcards and sending cards, hello, Vicki from St. Louis. John's mom is going to be moving into memory care on Wednesday. Fingers crossed, prayer said, knock on wood, however you send good vibes, prayers, thoughts, whatever. Please, please, please. Help us pray her, wish her well into passing her COVID test. There is no reason for her not to pass her COVID test. But that is literally the only thing standing in between us and John coming back home and her being where she needs to be. And so, yeah, okay, so Tedders is having trouble hearing me. Hello, Tedders. She's having trouble hearing me. Is anyone else having trouble? She says she has her volume all the way up. So, not sure we're having any issues with that, but if you all would just let me know, that would be awesome. Don't know what I would do about it if you were, because I have the microphone plugged up, but hello, Vicky. Thank you, Joyce. So you all, and hello, Donna from Soggy, South Florida. So y'all are getting another one of the hurricanes, I guess. But anyway, so this will be, let's see, by the time we move her in on Wednesday, this will be the first time that John has been home. Oh man, Linda's having trouble hearing us too. And Myrna's having trouble hearing us. Let me see. Let me fiddle with this just a second. But Sherry can hear us. Okay, I'm gonna move the microphone just a little bit closer. Maybe. Okay, and Mindy says we're good on her end, so I'm gonna stop fiddling with it. So maybe, oh, Lynn says I'm not as loud as normal. Okay, I will always feel like I'm quiet. I always feel like I'm quiet. So let me just make sure that everything is hooked together and Chris can hear us fine. So I'm gonna keep talking. You know, technology, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But anyway, but only when it works. So anyway, if I could just pray her into a good COVID test, that would be awesome. So yeah, and hello, Michelle. So it looks like a couple of you all are having, gosh, what is wrong with the volume? Y'all are killing me. You're killing me. I don't need this kind of stress in my life. So, okay, I'm going to move the microphone closer, and that's all I can do. That is literally all I can do. Okay, so we're going to go for try number 2. I have no idea why all of a sudden the iPad is not working and why you all are having trouble hearing me. So, I have switched to my phone. You all come back on. Please do say hi and hello again, because I'm basically going to start this all over again. Hi, this is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Let me know how the volume is. We had to switch from the iPad to the phone because for some reason we're having trouble for the second week in a row with the iPad. No idea why. Looks like it's time for me to go ahead and order that camera. So I did not plug the microphone up. Is everybody doing okay? Can you hear me? Okay, so now Barbara can hear me. Okay, so we're just really going to start all over again. So hi, this is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Hello and happy Sunday. And my shirt actually says hello and happy Sunday. You know, sometimes, and hello Barbara, I'm going to tell y'all all hi again. Hello Myrna again. So, you know, sometimes God tells you things, and hello Deborah, and, you know, and sometimes he has to, like, knock you in the head. We have spent so much time with John's mom and dad here this last 6 weeks that we have not had a chance to order the camera. Hello again, Roberta. We have not had a chance to order the camera. So I guess this is God saying, okay, you're winding down. Things are winding down. You've got to go ahead and order the camera. So anyway, and hello Patsy. Hello Lynn again. Hello Tedders again. So this is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Hello and happy Sunday. Hello Linda. Hello Marlene. Hello Gail. Hello Carol Lou. Yes, hi again. Today is November the 8th. This is chat number 198. Hello Sylvia. Talk to yourself like a friend. So we are back on again. Hello, Sandra from Demons Ferry. Please go ahead and say hi and hello again because I just completely restarted the video. Hello, Roberta again. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess it's time that I need to just take time for myself. Hello, Jennifer, and go ahead and order the camera since you all have completely paid for it now. I have not. Oh my gosh, Linda. Linda says now it sounds like water running or static. I don't know what to tell you. Hello, Lisa. So can everybody else hear me again? And hello, Barbara. So hello again to everybody else. I guess I just need to go ahead and order the camera. So anyway, we have had fun here today. I've already set the alarm off. Oh my gosh, y'all are killing me. Carol Lou, hold on. Let me try to do that. Let me try to plug the microphone in. Sorry about my hand. Okay, how about now? How about now? Hello, Mindy. So this has been a horrific 6 weeks. Hello again, Liz. I don't need all of my, hello, Kim. I don't need all of the electronics and everything messing up. So, okay, anyway. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me get rid of the other video, the one that we had started. Let me get rid of that. So maybe that's part of the problem. And so I have plugged in the microphone now. So I don't think it's water. I think it's our refrigerator running. It's either the refrigerator running or it is the Crystal Springs water behind us. So, okay, microphone's in. I'm going to keep talking because I'm not starting this for a third time. Okay, anyway, so today is November the 8th, and this is chat number 198. Talk to yourself like a friend. We are just going to have to deal with it. I know, it's killing me. But anyway, so I've already set the fire alarm off here today. Luckily, I got it turned off before the fire department actually showed up. And yeah, but it still smells like burned something in here. But you'll see later, what the burned something is. So anyway, new people, it's not usually this bad. So it's not usually this weird. It's not usually this bad. Thank you everyone for popping back in and saying that it is much better now. I guess I'm just going to have to go ahead and order the camera. We've not had 2 seconds of free time this last 6 weeks. John's not been home. Casey and I have been working as hard as we can, trying to keep everything up. So anyway, we're going to have to take the 2 seconds to go ahead and order the camera. So obviously that was a problem with the iPad. I don't know what is wrong with it, but it pooped out on me last week and it was starting to do it this week again. Okay, so anyway, new people, I've already spent 12 minutes fiddling with the video, and Casey's going to kill me when she sees this because she can't edit out this much of me rambling. So, and Lynn, no, I did not get to see the hot fireman. I couldn't do it. I didn't have enough time with everything else going on. So what we were saying, the first time that we tried to run this was if you all could continue to pray, send happy thoughts, knock on wood, again, knock on wood, whatever you do for luck. The only thing standing between us and John moving back home is his mom's COVID test. So her short-term memory is getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Hello again, Loretta. But it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So again, as if to drive this message home, she really needs to move to memory care. So, yeah, so the COVID test is the only thing that stands between us and that. And tomorrow it'll be 6 weeks since John has been home. So I am very ready for him to be here. So I know it looks like we have all this, all this looks put together every week, but it has been horrible this last 6 weeks. Okay, so again, chat number 198, talk to yourself like a friend. I saw a lot of you all in the 2:30 Zoom here in Knoxville today, and I'm so sorry. I was in the car because that's all we do anymore is sleep for a few hours, drive somewhere, go pick a parent up, take Alyssa somewhere, come back, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I was in the car and I did not get to write down everyone that I saw, but it was very good to see you all again. Those of you who had your videos turned on. And if you are not in the Knoxville area, it's okay. You can still come to our to the Zoom meeting, and it's Gwen's 2:30 Zoom meeting here in Knoxville. So hi to everybody that was there. So sorry that I didn't get a chance to write your names down like I normally do. So last week's chat was interrupted, I thought, by bad weather. A lot of y'all were having bad weather. We were having high wind here, but based on the behavior of the iPad tonight, I'm thinking that it has something to do with the iPad. I don't know. Hello, Alicia. So I'm going to go ahead and order the camera. Casey and I should be back to normal-ish by Thursday. So we'll get her moved in on Wednesday. Should be back to normal-ish on Thursday. And, but let's see, don't forget your free lifetime benefits in most areas are extended until the 28th of February. I'm not going to have enough time tonight to talk about that, a lot. But I do want to find out, or I do want to remind you that last week's chat, I don't know if Casey's going to be able to save it or not because it's really choppy and there's not a whole lot of it. So we may or may not get last week's chat posted. But for those of you that are new, we have over 200 videos on YouTube. Last week's was a repeat of some portion things because WW goes through some of these things on, like every season. And Vicki, I broke my glasses a couple of weeks ago because, on top of everything else, I broke glasses. Alyssa got pink eye, So it's all good though. It is all good because John should be moving home on Wednesday. But anyway, so we're working on that one. And so, if we get that up, but if you're new with us, again, please tell us hi and hello. We love to say hello. I promise I'm not always a hot mess like this. I promise I don't always set the fire alarm off. And we do get a lot of things done, and we usually have fun. I know, and Barbara said, yeah, it's 2020. It is so 2020. It has been so 2020 this year. Yeah, all year. But this is chat number 198. Talk to yourself like a friend. So what I need to know first is who sat their bottom in a little chair last week. So if you got to go to, and Vicki, I wish just turning into 2021 would solve all this. I wish it would just magically go, ta-da! So, but who got to sit your bottom in a little chair last week? You have some buttons at the bottom. And since I'm on my phone, I could technically do it if I wanted to. And thank you, Linda. But do some thumbs ups if you got to sit your bottom in a chair last week in a physical workshop, and I'm super jealous of you. Or, oh wait, Sarah from Gloucester, Massachusetts. It's her first time. So Sarah, I promise we are not usually this scattered. We're having some technical difficulties, and we're just like having 2020 today. So we've been having 2020 for a little while now. But so down at the bottom, new people. So everybody welcome her. She's brand new. So yep, Linda sat her bottom in a chair, but let's do some thumbs ups. Terry sat her bottom in a chair. Do some thumbs ups. Lynn did both. Okay, so if you sat your bottom in a chair or if you attended a Zoom meeting last week, you're going to do the thumbs up down at the bottom. And I know, Kathy, I wish we could sit our bottoms in a chair too. Or if you attended here with us last week, you're going to do a heart. So you'll just go down to that little chat thing at the bottom and you do a heart symbol and it'll go up. And thank you, Sarah. And that is for attending here with us last week or doing both. So thumbs ups for chair or Zoom meeting, heart for attending with us or for doing both. So awesome job. Awesome. Looks like a lot of you all did one or the other or both. So here are your virtual Bravo stickers. We do have real Bravo stickers over on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com if you would like to go look for them. Thank you all for welcoming Sarah. That is so sweet of you. So last week we were talking about, last week was chat number 197, and we were talking about your perfect portion. And so we kind of continued that discussion this week on our Zoom meeting, but we'll talk about that next week. But when we were talking about finding a perfect portion, we discussed that a satisfying portion, so remember a serving size is different than a portion. So a serving size is like what it says on the box. So this would be, so like of this stuffing, you know, a serving size would be a sixth of the box. What you might eat is a portion. So a portion is different than a serving. But we found out last week that everybody's perfect portion, it might be different for everybody. So what might be a perfect portion for me might not be a perfect portion for you. And so you all used a lot of different things this week, like your hands. And, you know, and that's available in your WW materials. We weighed things, you measured things, and you counted things. So like things like Cheez-Its, you might count them, but you could also weigh them. They wouldn't really be great for measuring since they're square. They wouldn't, you know, fit too well. But there's a lot of different ways to find out what portions are. But in some cases, you all found out that the way you were measuring them, you were actually cheating yourself a little bit. You were actually counting more points than what you needed to. And those things were avocados, peanut butter, let me think. I think somebody did cereal, and there was something else that was weighed. Let me think. What was it? Weighed instead of just measuring it. And so you all, you know, found out that you could actually have a little bit more than you were having. So your homework last week, though, was #MyPerfectPortion. So if you're brand new, we do homework every week, and it has something to do with the Weight Watchers Weekly, the WW Weekly. So last week, your homework was to pour out, set out, count out, whatever you were going to do, something that looked like a good portion for you. So what you thought, some like mine last week was Cheez-Its. So what you thought a good portion would be, and then either weigh it, count it, measure it, you know, do something and see, okay, how many points is it really? So I found out that my perfect portion of Cheez-Its was actually like 2 servings of it, and it was way more points than I was willing to spend on Cheez-Its. So that was your homework last week, was to figure it out. Is it an amount you could be happy with? Was it perfect? Or do you need to adjust it just a little bit to be happy with it? So your homework for the last week, though, let's see how you all did. Terry's was hilarious, but it was practical at the same time. So Terry said that she likes to plan for a glass of wine a few times a week, and she's always guessing at how many ounces and points that she's had. And I'm sure the more you've had, the harder it is to figure out how many points that is, I am sure. But on this day, she measured it and she was actually counting more points than she was drinking. So she marked her glass to know where 8 ounces actually is. How smart is that? So she actually went and measured marked the glass so she'd know where it was. And her portion is just a little bit more than 5 ounces. So perfect. She figured that out. She can actually have just a teeny bit more than she thought she could. So perfect. That's great, Terry. Then Barbara measured her salad by keeping it on the inside rim of her plate. So the plate that she had an outside rim and then it had an inside rim. And Barbara kept her salad on that inside rim. Then she used a zero, so she measured it by doing that instead of, remember, she didn't let it hang over the side like we talked about last week. And then she used a 0-point salad dressing. And so her perfect portion was only 2 smart points on WW Blue. So what a great idea. Instead of letting it kind of hang over the side and kind of grow and grow, and get the creep. And I call that the creep when you let something get bigger than you originally thought it was going to be. But she kept it down to 2 smart points. And it looked like it was a nice big salad. And then Trish, you've got to go back and look at her picture. So everything she had in her picture was so colorful and so fun. And it would actually make me want to measure things. So she had all of her cute little silicone cups and her her weighing, like her scale and everything sitting out. And she had listed those were her most important tools that she uses daily to serve herself the perfect portion. She had a scale, measuring cups, spoons, a small dessert plate. She had another small spoon, a small spoon and fork. So, so it looked like a bigger bite, on her utensils. And she had her new WW 2-in-1 muffin and mini cake cups, and they were adorable. So for everybody who did your homework, more Bravo stickers, more than 3 of you did your homework. Y'all did a great job this week. So here are your extra Bravo stickers. Good job, ladies. You nailed it. This week, though, we are talking about talking to yourself like a friend. So if a friend called you and said, hey, I just blew out a tire, you wouldn't say, oh, just go ahead and wreck your car. Forget it. You blew a tire. Go ahead and wreck your car. You're done. Go ahead and wreck it. You wouldn't do that. And likewise, you wouldn't tell them just to give up and gain all of their weight back if they had a setback, like if they didn't track a meal, or if they ate a sleeve of Girl Scout cookies, or if they missed a workout. You sure would not say, oh, nope, hang it up. You ate a sleeve of Girl Scout cookies. Just go ahead and just cut it off now. Go ahead and do it. So why do we do that to ourselves? We are famously hard on ourselves, and I don't think it's just my generation. I actually think maybe it's getting worse. Like we're getting worse at beating ourselves up over things. But never give up, never surrender is a line from one of mine, John and Casey's favorite movies. But never give up, never surrender only seems to flow out of my mouth if I'm talking outward. So like if I'm talking out to someone else instead of talking inward. Is there anybody with me? Is there anybody that can relate with that? So, if you were going to tell somebody, never give up, never surrender, it's always easier to tell them than it is to say it to yourself. Anybody with me? So, WW gives us some great strategies this week for overcoming this battle of the mind. You should print your weekly from November the 1st to the 7th. If you have not already. So this would be the weekly that's printed that says November the 1st to the 7th, and it says week 3 at the top. I don't know what it's week 3 of. I guess it's the weekly series, the fan favorites. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of y'all are raising your hand. But you should go ahead and print that out. First of all, it has the most delicious looking, I know it's black and white, but it's the most delicious looking delicata squash recipe on the back. And I have not been down to Trader Joe's during all of this mess with John's parents. So I have not had any delicata squash yet this year. And that's kind of a crime. So anyway, so it's the third one in the fan faves. Okay, so Mindy says it's the third in a series of fan favorites. So, okay, that makes totally more sense now. Remember, Mindy, I'm a little touched right now because, with everything that's going on. But anyway, so you should totally print that out. That recipe looks delicious. I've been drooling over that recipe and I want to go get some delicata squash. Somebody should go get me some and bring it to me. I'm just saying. But on the front page, though, they remind us that there are to take 3 quick steps for giving ourselves some grace, for looking inward, and for getting our mind over what actually matters. So, you've heard the mind over matter, but our mind needs to get over what actually matters. And Mindy, I know I heard you today, and I totally feel you. I'm so sorry, and I totally get it. Yeah, and thank goodness for Zoom, right? So Step one is think about, like, what if it's a friend? So what if it was a friend that came to you and called, so like, what if a friend came to you or called you and said, oh my gosh, I just ate all the rest of the Halloween candy. I just ate all the rest of the Halloween candy. What would you say to them? You would say things like, okay, so Halloween's over. There's no more Halloween candy. Or, okay, fine, at least you didn't eat all the Halloween candy and then go out and buy Christmas candy and eat it too. Or, you would think of something good, and you would say, you've done this before. It's not the first time. You've lost weight. Look how much weight you've already lost. Come on, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, whatever. And you would give them some words of encouragement to move on. But what if it's you? What if it was you that said the same thing? What if you realized you got to the bottom of that bowl and you went, I just ate all the rest of the Halloween candy? Would you say the same thing to yourself? Would you tell yourself, it's okay, it's just, that's it. There's no more Halloween candy, so you're done. So write it down and move on. What would you do? Step 3 is to take so for me, it's mind over what matters. So put your mind over what matters and think, why is it different? Why is it any different to talk to your friend than it is to talk to yourself? Is it different? Is it really? And then now talk to yourself like you did to the friend. Write it down, tell somebody, call somebody, text somebody, tell us, get it out there openly. And then see how different it makes you feel to have your mind over what really matters. So to get your mind over what really matters. So this week's homework is just that. It is #MindOverWhatMatters. And I'm so sorry that it's that long. Too bad it's that long, but it's #MindOverWhatMatters. So you're going to get your mind over what matters. MindOverWhatMatters. I think I got it all in there, but mind over what matters, #. And you're going to be honest with yourself and us. Again, this is the second week I've asked you to be honest with yourself. You're going to do the 3 steps above. And remember, this will be printed on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So you don't have to remember all this. If you didn't have a pen or paper, you are okay. You can go back and listen to this later on YouTube or here. And, but all you're going to do is you're going to write yourself that little note and you're going to show us. So you're going to do the 3 steps that we did above. Maybe you already did them. Maybe you're already sitting here thinking how you're going to do it. And thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Michelle, for posting that. And you're going to talk to yourself about #MindOverWhatMatters. And then you're going to post it. And you can tag me on Instagram. It's @IfYouHaveAnEgg. Here on the public page, it's @IfYouHaveAnEgg. If you tag me in our closed group, it's @KellyGreenMilligan. Or you can do the #MindOverWhatMatters, and I'll find it there. Or if it's on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, you can just comment, or on YouTube.com, you can just comment. So that is your homework. Be sure and do it so that I can give you your cool new badge. Casey has, I've got to go back and count how many badges she's made now, but I think they're super cool. I think they're fun to collect. So if you want your next super cool badge, be sure and tag me. Okay, so I have talked super duper fast, like lightning fast, so that we could still have the full 30 minutes for the second half of our chat. So, ladies who are not new, what's next? Yeah, drinking some water. So, girls that are new, and guys that are new, what we do in between the first half and the second half, especially when I've had the kind of day that I've had today. I mean, actually, it's not been that bad of a day. And yes, Barbie, you're exactly right. It's not been that bad of a day. Karen and I got to walk. I did get to go to church, or get to go to Sunday school this morning, which was awesome. I got Dusty again today, although I get him back full-time Wednesday night. It wasn't that bad of a day. Alyssa and I got some stuff done to get John's mom ready to move into memory care. And yes, Liz, it is apron time. So it hasn't been that bad of a day, other than setting the alarm off. Yeah. Chat going down. Yeah. Anyway, so it is time for some water. So if you are new with us, I always get a drink of water in between. Everybody stop what you're doing. Drink your water, because you all need to drink some too while you're waiting on me to get my apron on. We are cooking just a little bit tonight, even though most of it is pre-prepared. And my water tonight is actually some cold brew coffee that I made that is super yummy. Oh yeah, I need to tell you all too. Hold on. I've got to my apron pulled sideways, but I made some cold brew coffee, some of the Petal Java, some of the, what is it called? Grandma's pecan pie, I think is what it's called. And I put some of the, I put some coconut milk in it and things like that. But so that's what I have for my water for tonight, because we still have Dusty and I still have a lot of stuff to do when we get home. So we're drinking coffee at 8:30 at night. But everybody get your water in. And we're ready for the second half. Yes, Sarah, it is it's a little bit of a cooking class. And again, a lot of this will be on YouTube later. Tonight's recipe, well, first of all, this is the second half of chat number 198, Talk to Yourself Like a Friend. This is November the 8th. I'm Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, just in case you are only watching the second half of this. So if you want to go back later and just watch the second half of this on YouTube, you sure can. Casey saves them as separate videos, so you do not have to watch or listen to the whole hour the second time. And that makes some of you all very happy. But this one I will be doing as a separate video. It will not be in the next few days. Remember, we've got to get everybody back to normal first. But after we get John's mom moved into memory care, I am planning on going back into video mode. We are planning on getting the new camera. It'll be the perfect time to do that. So this video, the recipe that we're going to make tonight, it's going to move fast. And Petal Java does have decaf, but not in the flavored coffees. They have Alicia wanted to know if they have decaf in flavored, not in the flavored coffees. Sorry. So you'll just have to drink them really, really early in the morning. But what was I going to say? This one's going to move fast once I start talking. So I will not be stopping and giving you all of the measurements and the details and everything. It's not a complicated recipe, but it's going to move fast. So I will come back after we get the camera. And it shouldn't take it long once we order it. But after we get the camera, I will come back and film all of the details, because this is one for Thanksgiving. So this is one that let's see, yes, and the Petal Java is on the If You Have an Egg website. Yes, it is. And Petal Java is coffee. So for people that are brand new, these are my favorite coffee people on the planet. They are here in Knoxville. They get their coffee roasted locally at the Golden Roast, which is like just down the street from us. But this family, this couple, their fun twist on these coffee flavors and on the coffee design and everything, they're just hilarious people. They're so funny and they're so upbeat all the time, even during COVID. So they've been awesome. But anyway, so I made some of their coffee tonight. But someone had asked, and I think it was Ma Christie, had asked if we had any Dax pumpkin spice left. We do. We have a few Dax pumpkin spices left. These are available in the showroom at 5902 Kingston Pike in Knoxville, or you can get them online at IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. We do have some of the pumpkin spice left, but we only have 2 of the pumpkin spice coffee mugs left. There's only 2 of those left, so sorry. Those are also on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Or on CaseyKitchenCenter.com. And we do have several bags of this is limited edition Petal Java. Only have pies for you. It is pumpkin pie flavored ground coffee. It is small batch roasted and organic. Okay. Anyway, someone had asked, I think it was Ma Christie that had asked about the pumpkin spice, but somebody asked me what we had left in the pumpkin spice flavors, and that's it. We will not be reordering any pumpkin spice after this, because then it's time to move to in the next flavor. Quick question before I start showing you all this, and remember, I'm going to talk rapid fire. Quick question. We are getting ready to order, hopefully, I finally took time to finish the application. We were hopefully getting ready to order some of the skinny syrups, some of the Jordan skinny syrups that y'all have seen us use before. So if you are in or around Knoxville, would you be interested in any of these skinny syrups? Hello, Janet, if we had them here at 5902 Kingston Pike. So I don't think that's something that we're going to want to ship. I don't know, but just need to know who's interested in them so that we know whether or not to order them. Okay. Okay, sorry. Got thirsty again. Okay. Tonight, what we are making is, oh yeah, and Sandra puts the pumpkin spice in her overnight oats. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, what we are making tonight is, this will be the first time in at least 12 years. I want to say it's probably closer to 15 years, but this is the first time that my family's actually going to get to have a semi-normal Thanksgiving, a semi-normal holiday meal. So my grandmothers used to make huge spread. Well, my dad's mom always made a huge spread for Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter and my mom's mom, not so much. She wasn't a great cook. She was an okay cook, but I've told y'all this before. She used to feed us bagel bites and stuff like that for Totino's Tostino's pizza rolls. That's what she used to feed us for breakfast. So my mom's mom, not so great, but my dad's mom, Granny Green, she, made a huge spread. So we always had it, ate with them. We had the adult table, we had the kids table, we had everybody together. But for the last 12, maybe 15 years, we've either had a parent or a grandparent in the hospital. We've had somebody that we were moving into a nursing home or moving out of nursing care, or had a funeral, or it has been a just holiday disaster the last 12 to 15 years. So we have not sat down as a family, and really had a meal together. So COVID or not, my sister is back in town. Her and her family are back in town. They've been living out of town for the last few years. My brother and his family, are busy, but they're all here right now. John and I are here. Casey, Allen, and Alyssa are here. So we are actually having Thanksgiving lunch on Thanksgiving Day. I'm serious. I think it's been 12 to 15 years since I have had my immediate family all with me on Thanksgiving Day for lunch. So one of the thing I'm going to volunteer to bring, because my mom's not here to make her dressing and to make some of her vegan things. My dad is not here to make his deviled eggs or his green bean casserole. John's mom's out of commission. She's not going to be able to make anything, so that my sister does not have to make every single thing, because she would make it all, and then I would have to walk from here to Memphis and back to get it all off. But in order to be a help, I'm going to be making some apples, but stuffed with dressing. So I don't know if y'all know what the difference is between dressing and stuffing. Traditionally, stuffing, it's the same thing. It's pretty much made out of the same ingredients, but stuffing is called stuffing because it's used to stuff a turkey. Dressing is basically almost identical like ingredients, but it's used as a side dish. So it is prepared in a different dish. So it is called dressing instead of stuffing. How it got the name dressing, I don't know. So if anybody knows, I guess we're dressing our turkey. I don't know. But I will be making dressing stuffed baked apples. So I went ahead and, Sandra's 43rd anniversary is on Thanksgiving this year. Happy anniversary. Wish you that early. But I'm going to be helping her make those. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make them in the air fryer. I did make some of them in the oven. So I will show you the ones that I'll show you the finished product, and then we will make some. These I made in the oven so that I could have an oven version of the recipe to show you all. This oven here at Casey Kitchen Center is not mine. It belongs to our landlord, and I hate it. I hate it. Almost every time you make something, it smokes. So I don't know what's wrong with it, but I'm gonna quit using it. Anyway, I made some of these in the oven so that I could do an oven version for those of you who don't have an air fryer. But for those of you who do have an air fryer, hang on. And don't forget, I'm gonna be talking fast, so I'm not gonna be giving you exact details on all of this. You're just gonna have to wait for the actual recipe. So everybody can get really, really excited and then hang tight waiting for the actual recipe. And Jessica should probably have that posted within a couple of days, like maybe Tuesday-ish. But this is what they look like out of the oven. They smell fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So the first thing that I did, and again, when we redo the video, so when I actually get in the new camera and we do the video, then I will show you all how to make this. I did take enough pictures that when Jessica posts this, you should be able to see a step-by-step. But the first thing that I did is using my air fryer. So I have not, other than to make the oven version for you all, no other appliances were used. So I did not use a skillet. I have not used a stovetop. I haven't used a toaster oven. I haven't used anything else. And Sarah, they're going to be about 2 to 3 smart points each. So everything else that I have done has been in the air fryer. So the first thing is your Simple Living Products air fryer comes with this size pan, and then it comes with a shallow one. If you don't have a Simple Living Products air fryer, or if you don't have a pan like this, just go get an air fryer safe pan. We're only talking about the air fryer version tonight. You'll have to wait for the recipe for the oven version. So just sit tight. But you need this deep one. So this is probably, 3 inches deep. So just something that's safe to go into your air fryer. Then in that, you're going to put, now this is what it looks like when you're done, but in that, you're going to put a cup of diced up onions, celery, and red pepper. You don't have to do the red pepper. The only reason I did the red pepper is because I cheated and I bought a bag of frozen, already cut up, already diced onions, celery, and red pepper. So I put a cup of that into this air fryer safe pan. Then to that, I added 1 tablespoon of Land O'Lakes light butter, and it has to be the one with the green lid. And I'll try really hard to remember to take a picture of it before we post the recipe, but it has to be the one with the green lid because it is only 2 points per tablespoon instead of being 3 to 4 points per tablespoon. So you put 1 tablespoon of that in there. So it's 1 cup of the diced up, and you can do your own. You don't have to get frozen, but diced up celery and onions. I did frozen, so mine also has red peppers in it. And then 1 tablespoon of the Land O'Lakes light butter. I think I'll have to look at it and show it to y'all. But anyway, 1 tablespoon of that. And then I did a half of a cup. This, if you can see it, I did a half of a cup of Jimmy Dean turkey sausage. It's already ground. So it's turkey sausage and you get it in a bag. And again, I'll put that picture in there. But I did a half a cup of that. And then since you already have a little butter in here, you don't need anything else in there, and you're just going to stir that together a little bit. I used if I still have it sitting here, I do not. I just used a little spatula and stirred that together really nicely. Put it in the Simple Living Products air fryer, so you just set this whole thing down in there. That's how you're going to brown your celery and your onions. So I did not use a skillet. I did not put it on top of the top of the stove. So I put it in there, put it in here, put it in the air fryer for 360, on 360, and I did it for about 10 minutes, but you're going to take it out and stir it in between. And remember, we will make a real video of this later. You're just getting the quick rundown tonight, just so that you can be thinking about this. Then after that, so after that's browned, again, it's going to cook for about 10 minutes. You're going to stir it about halfway through. After that, then you're going to put in a half of a cup of any kind of pre-prepared stuffing. So this is stovetop cornbread stuffing mix. So I put in a half of and Lynn says Jimmy Dean turkey crumbles. Y'all are gonna make me go get this, aren't you? Okay, hold on. I'm coming, I promise. Okay, so this is the butter. This is the butter I'm talking about. And then these are the turkey crumbles. So these are Jimmy Dean turkey crumbles. If you can't find these, you can go ahead. If you don't have these in your area, you can get them on Amazon, and you can get them on Whole Foods through Amazon and order it and have them shipped in. But or you can just go ahead and brown some turkey sausage. And oh, thank you, Sarah. But you can get some turkey sausage and do that. But anyway, so that's a half a cup of that. Then you're gonna add, so after all that's cooked, after all that's hot, then you're gonna add a half of a cup of any kind. It doesn't have to be stovetop brand. You could get Pepperidge Farms. You could make your own little, cubed up bread. But you're gonna add a half a cup of this. And then you're going to add about 3/4 to 1 cup. You just wanna make sure it's really good and moist, of any kind of broth. So of course I use, and yes, Lynn Kroger should have them. I use low sodium broth. You do not have to use low sodium. I do, just because I don't like any extra salt. We can make a vegan version of this, but tonight we're going to make it with meat. So since it's with meat, I use some chicken broth, some low sodium chicken broth. That's 3/4 to 1 cup of that, and then 1/4 of a cup of dried cranberries. So it's the Craisins dried cranberries, but try to find the ones that have 50% less sugar, because that's what's going to keep the points down. So this adds a wonderful flavor, but you're going to try and, if you get the regular kind, it's like almost double the points. So try to get the 50% less sugar, and you're going to add a generous sprinkling of Dax Italian spices. You can use any kind of Italian spices you want to. The Dax I love, actually, because it tastes good, and also because it is no extra sodium and it's no MSG. Okay, then once you stir all that together, so the first part's already cooked, you're going to stir the rest of that together. You're going to put this back in your Simple Living Products air fryer. So you're going to put it back down in that basket, or back down in this. And you're going to put all of that back into your air fryer, and you're going to leave it on 360 degrees, and you're going to let that cook for anywhere from 6 to 7 minutes, and just check it out and check it. So what you want is for it to be good and fluffy like this, but you don't want it to be overcooked. So if you accidentally overcook it, it's okay. You're just going to need to add a little bit more moisture to it, but you don't want it to be, you know, too much, because you're going to put this back into the air fryer. So if you were making these in the oven like I did, in the oven, if you had an oven that actually works well, a real oven that works well, ooh yeah, Barbara said that would be good with pork chops. That would be totally good with pork chops. Guess what I'll be eating for breakfast tomorrow, by the way? That. But anyway, so you don't want it to be too dried out. So that's why I'm saying don't overcook it. So, you know, maybe 6, 7, 8 minutes, but just check it and make sure it's just good and fluffy. You're not trying to cook it. Although you could, if you didn't want to do the stuffed apples, you could do that. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your apples. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Orlando Debbie. And you could already, they could be bigger apples or they could be smaller apples. I used smaller apples for this just so I could make more of them. And you're going to always pre-wash them. Don't forget that. I found it easier to go ahead. Okay, this is an apple core. Listen to me. Listen with your ears. Do not core all the way through, because you want to do, okay, and Barbara just asked if I was still doing the purple plan. So honestly, this last 2 weeks with the funeral and now with trying to get John's mom moved into memory care, I've been doing the hang on by the seat of your pants plan. Not kidding. So anyway, so you don't want to core all the way through, because you want the stuffing to stay, or the dressing to stay in the apple. But I'm going to use an apple core to get this started. So get one that's good and sharp. So get one that's got some good serrated teeth on it. Get one that's got a good sturdy handle. The OXO one's really good. If you want a recommendation on a good apple core, you can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and look at our Amazon recommendations, and then just go to Amazon and order it. So, but Barbie, yeah, totally want to get back on purple ASAP. Okay, so you're going to use the apple core, but you're going to stop. So stop before you get to the bottom. And then last week I showed you all a scoop. So this is like a melon ball scooper. And thank you, Sarah. So this is a melon ball scooper, and you're going to use this. And I'm going to try not to cut my hand off. So you're going to use this to core out most of the inside of the apple. So can you see what I'm doing here? So you are coring out most of the inside of the apple. And we're going to keep going, but you got to leave a little bit, because you have to have something for all this to sit in. So don't go too far down or core too much out, or your apple's just going to collapse on itself. So we're going to scoop out some more of that. And the melon baller's good for that, because even if you use a small apple, it's a nice size to go in there, and then you can squeeze it and dump the apple out when you're done. And you can save that apple for something else if you want to. So, okay, this one is good. So can you see how much I've cored it out? So I've left enough on the outside so that, oh, thanks, Alicia. Alicia says, gosh, that was perfect. Oh, thank you. But I left enough on the outside to be able to, for it to hold it, for it to be able to stand up. Okay, and then we're gonna just start on this one, start on the second one, and I'm just gonna do 3, because I did 3 in the oven, and 3, I'm going to do 3 in the air fryer. The recipe, the stuffing portion of the recipe does about 6. So it does about 6 of the apples. So anyway, I've already done 3 in the oven, in the stinky oven that almost called the fire department. And I'm going to do 3 of them in the air fryer. Okay, there's the second one. So you can see, still sturdy. You want to leave the bottom on. You want to leave the bottom on so that all of your stuffing doesn't come shooting out the bottom. And here's my third one. Okay. So I cored a little bit. Remember, don't go all the way through. I'm going to take some of the top out. And it is okay if it's a little lopsided. Your family loves you. They're not going to care if it's lopsided. And anyway, by the time you stuff it, they're just going to be so thrilled with it that it's not going to matter to them anyway. And you can use any kind of apples. Do y'all remember last week, those of you that were with us last week, do you remember when I was pointing and saying, hey, we're supposed to have used the apples this week, but I was having some technical difficulties? Well, boy, aren't I glad that I didn't try to do the apples last week, since the video didn't work. Yeah, that would have just been a mess. Okay, now use the same scoop. It doesn't matter. So Trish, this was, yeah, I just answered. Throw me a little bit of apple. So it really doesn't matter what kind of an apple. It's whatever kind you like. These just happened to be on sale across the street at Food City yesterday or last week. Okay, so use the same scoop. So the same scoop, that melon baller scoop. And Barbara, you could probably freeze them. I think, okay. So Barbara just asked if you could freeze them. I think you could. If you were going to freeze them though, I would not freeze like 6 of them. I would put them maybe in an individual container, already in a container, and then freeze them, because I think after you reheat them the second time, they're probably going to fall apart. So, but anyway, so using the same melon baller that you just used to open up your apple, you're going to scoop out some of your guts. So the stuff that you had, the dressing mixture, the stuffing mixture that you had in your pan, you are going to restuff. So you're going to restuff each one of the apples, and you should be able to do about 6 with what you made from the stuffing mix. And it smells wonderful. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It literally smells like Thanksgiving. So, and if my mom were making this, and this is not one of my mom's recipes, but if my mom had made this, she would have used veggie sausage crumbles since she was vegan. And she would have used low sodium vegetable stock. And then don't dump it when you set it into your pan. And fingers are okay. When it's just you, don't do this for your family. Okay. So, they're apple guts, Sarah. They're apple guts. It's okay. Okay. And then we're going to do the last one. So, no, I guess the guts were what I had in the pan, wasn't it? And, gosh, this smells good. Smells so good. But you can totally make this. You would just switch to vegan butter. You would use veggie sausage crumbles. Although I've been using on the veggie sausage, I haven't found the veggie sausage in crumbles. So I have been doing the veggie sausage patties, and then I've been crumbling them myself. So 6 was exactly right. So for that size apple, and let me show you, this is what size apple that was. So again, it doesn't matter what kind of apple, but to be able to make exactly 6, it was this size apple. And you can see that the stuffing, I have exactly 0. So that stuffing was exactly perfect. Okay, then you're going to use a little nonstick spray, because the stuffing has already been cooked once. So you're going to use a little bit of nonstick spray. Spray it on the tops, just to make sure that it doesn't get too brown. And then just a little bit more of the Dax Italian Blast, just because it's so good. So if you wanted to use fresh herbs, you certainly could use fresh herbs on there. Then you're going to put this pan, this 3-inch pan, and remember, you can use any pan that's safe for, that's safe to go into an air fryer. This is the one that comes with my Simple Living Products air fryer. It does have a little metal handle on it. I hardly ever use that little metal handle. Thank you so much, Simple Living Products, for thinking of us when you put that on there, but I have just about flipped mine over I don't know how many times. So everything else about my Simple Living Products air fryer I love, except that little handle. So we're going to go ahead and go put this in. And I know it's not going to get finished before we get done. So I know I didn't say scoop, and put that basket in. Don't shove it in. Just scoop and put it in. And on the Simple Living Products, you push this middle button. We are going to leave it on 360. It automatically sets itself at 360 for 15 minutes. We're gonna check it at the 360. We're gonna check it at about 10 minutes. Y'all will already be gone because we have about 3 minutes before we are done, but it's gonna be about 360 for 15 minutes. That should finish baking the stuffing that's on the inside. It should also bake the apple. I am gonna go ahead and try this though so that I can tell you all how they are, because y'all know how much I love to try things live. So this is the oven version. The oven version I baked on 350. I baked them for about 40 minutes, and at about 35 minutes is when I set the smoke detector off. So they were not burning, it's just that stupid oven. Okay, so even though this is a little bit cold, I'm gonna go ahead and try it and let you all know how it is. And of course, for some reason, I have ended up with the world's biggest spoon. I do not know what I was doing when I got this spoon out, but I have, you can see I have some apple, and I have some of the sausage. Oh, Marlene says every time she uses her air fryer, she can hear me saying, scoop. Yep, scoop it, don't shove it, because I'm telling you, you can mess it up if you shove it. So just scoop it in, and hopefully you all pre-seasoned it so that it would work well. Okay, so this has ended up being a lot big. This spoon is huge, so this is a lot bigger bite than I wanted to take. But that has all of the stuffing on it and some of the apple. It's cold, but it still smells fabulous. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Totally what I'm making for Thanksgiving this year. So, I know what I'm having for breakfast tomorrow. Those are absolutely delicious. They're going to be 2 to 3 smart points each. I will figure that up before before we post the recipe. Again, Jessica will get that posted probably by Tuesday to get the recipe posted. Casey will get this video posted. As sketchy as it is at the beginning, at least it's better than last week. She will get this video posted tomorrow on YouTube. So once we hang up here, you will be able to watch this again on Facebook. Tomorrow it will be posted on YouTube, so you can just go to youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. And I promise when we get our Mevo camera in, we will do a real video of just this recipe, not with me talking in the middle, not with me talking to you all, just a real video of this. And we are going to be so much back in video mode. I'm so looking forward to being normal again. Again, thank you all so much for letting me be here. This really does make me feel normal. So thank you all again. I'm going to be enjoying apples, it looks like, for the next 6 days since I will have made 6 apples by the time this one gets done. But yeah, you all are awesome and amazing. I hope you all will try this for Thanksgiving, or just for breakfast, or just for any meal, and that you'll let me know how it is. So if you do try them, please, 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 please comment. Please comment on the recipe. I'd love to hear from y'all on the recipes. That will always be on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. If you want to watch this on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and let that next video roll over. We have over 230 of them. And if you want to subscribe, you can click that little button down there and go ahead and check the bell so that you'll be notified when we have our next video. But you all have an amazing week. I can't wait to overwhelm you over on If You Have an Egg. I cannot wait to overwhelm you with details of John moving home. Again, we really need Granny to pass her COVID test so that we can get her to moved in on Wednesday. But y'all have a great week. Can't wait to see you next time. Hopefully we'll be way more normal next time. But thank you again. I always enjoy this. Always enjoy this. So y'all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Thank you. See you later.